So I was channeling earlier, and it's been happening a few times. And I'm wanting to share what I wrote. In the future, I intend to just come on and start channeling, and I'll just start talking about everything that comes out of my mouth. But this has to do with um, the concept of absorbing people's energy, but also the idea of judgment. And I know there's a lot of talk of the election right now, just the differences in other people. If it were me speaking, ideally I would say the differences can make us stronger. I mean, somebody that thinks differently than you works with you. You know how much better that makes everybody? But we'll see how that goes. Um, but in this video, it says you have the ability to stand alongside. Oh, wait, sorry. This is me channeling. Here's what came out. You have the ability to stand alongside various types of individuals when you're living a 5D experience and a person next to you is in 3D or 2D. It doesn't really matter. It can be similar to the presence of a whale. Whales are extremely intuitive beings. They're very intelligent and they have the capability to entrance those around them with a sense of love and comfort. Many animals do this. But this is something a human being is capable of, to be in a high vibration and find balance with those around them, out of acceptance of their differences. Sure, some people function only from their ego or their karmic or whatever word vilifies that human or blames them. It's something that we all experience. To embrace all these aspects of ourselves and not need to change them can invite wholeness and a stability in the process. So just let them. This removes yourself energetically from that paradigm and allows you to expand in areas that resonate best for you. You don't need to be attached to the outcome. You don't need to identify with their experience. You can still exist with it. This was really interesting. I have a job where I come into contact with a lot of different people, and when the election was occurring, initially people really wanted to, this is more me talking, people really wanted to bring up the election to me. They wanted to complain to me, and I didn't engage with it. It came up and I was like, oh yeah, sucks. And over time, people didn't come to me to talk about it. That energy just didn't come toward me, but I totally allowed people to bring it up. I was like, oh yeah, I remember. So I'm just using that as an example that this is a scenario where there might be an energy in your life where if it just kind of keeps coming up, experiment with how you respond to it. Don't expect results instantly necessarily, that pressure to try to get everything to change in your outer reality that moment. That's what's going to make things kind of snap and cause this need to sort of try to control, the physical world. The physical world is not like being on the computer. Okay? We'll say that. Where was I here? Something was interesting. Oh, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. When you're speaking with someone, you are creating the experience with them. If you hold a grounded energy that isn't attached to the contrast and isn't needing to fix it either, they will not feel interested in engaging because you're allowing dark energy to be there without feeling that it has to be changed. This is the nature of absorbing others' energy. And if you slip and suddenly you're attached to what's occurring, then that's okay. The opportunity may come up again in order for you to clear it. And you can intentionally choose to do this. Actually, that's a really good point. I'm discussing this with my higher self. That's a really good point. If you had an experience recently that was really difficult, and you're going to be going out there to respond to that experience and clear it, think about putting yourself in a different environment where you can actually clear residual energy from that entire scenario. Seriously, this actually is something I've done before and it works. I've totally noticed this when I've had like a major issue occur. Suddenly, there's some traffic and there's some extra cars. And it's like, this is taking a lot longer than it normally would. And then I'm like, okay, good. Well, then this is my opportunity to really allow this physical energy to have this buildup that needs to be released. So that's just like a little tip there. You can reflect on that. Where were we here? Awareness of energetic, blah, blah, blah. Oh, with an awareness of energetic patterns of behavior, we can experience our highest potential, though it doesn't necessarily have to be shared with every individual, and it doesn't have to depend on them. What you display in the outer world, it's entirely up to you if it's necessary to go deeper with others or not, but you can maintain an openness with discernment of when it feels best. Allow people to be. You can coexist. Your truth is your own, and so is theirs. That's a really good point I want to expand on. Your truth is your own truth, and so is whoever you may have an issue with in life. And we do have like a collective truth, we have a collective energy that we share. But when it comes to something like truth and differences and judgments and people having different opinions about like what the truth of life is, like people are arguing about their truths. Like, here's my truth, here's my truth. And you're both right. You know what I mean? You both win. That's true. It really is true. But it's really liberating to find that truth in yourself, to recognize that you have your own truth. You get to choose what that is. You get to believe in whatever you want. And in really harnessing that, you can allow other people's to do that too. And then you can embody a higher vibration being around individuals that are different from yourself. That's all I got.